Hi guys, if you saw the video where I was flying Buzz Lightyear around in my conservatory, he's a ceiling tether. In other words, he's on the end of a bit of string which you attach to the ceiling. And at the end of that video, the attachment I'd used to connect it to my ceiling gave way and he crashed to the floor. No damage done, but it was a little bit annoying. So I thought I'd better see if I could find another way of doing the attachment. He's quite heavy, which is the problem. Normally I have little aeroplanes flying around up here attached to my conservatory roof here, and all I ever do is bend a paperclip and push it into one of the gaps up there to hold it in place. And to say, normally that's all right, but because he's a bit heavier, he actually managed to generate enough force to pull it free. Now, what I've come up with should be a non-destructive method of attachment. Instead of going into any of the cracks, I've got this thing up here, which normally you'd use to fix your smartphone to the windscreen of your car. I'll just see if I can get up there a bit closer. What we've actually got is a suction thing. Got this tab so you can disconnect the rubber. Oh gosh, that is sealed very well up there. There we go. So it's a rubber sucker, and then you turn that to actually fix it in place. That does the suction bit. Don't know if you can see that moving in and out at all. Anyway, normally there's this ball joint on it that the attachment that holds your phone in place connects to. All I've done is drilled a hole through it, attached a bent paper clip and attached a fishing swivel. So that goes up there and he flies. I'll just demonstrate it. I'll put it back up there. I actually don't have enough hands to demonstrate this attaching it to the ceiling, so I'll stick it on the window here. So you push it on, turn that, and that is a really good solid fix. And to get it off again, you undo that, and then you get hold of that little tab and ease it off. Not easy to do with one hand. There we go. Right, now I'll go and do that on the ceiling and attach Buzz Lightyear. Alright, he's building up speed. And I'm pretty confident that that's going to stay there. So I say he's quite heavy. So there's quite a bit of force involved there. Now, I wanted to show you exactly the same bracket, but I couldn't find one. I've had this for several years. The closest I could find was this one in Poundworld. It looks very similar, or at least the bracket down at that end does. So I'll get it out of the box and we'll have a closer look. Right, as I say, it's not exactly the same because it's got this different shaped bracket on it at this end. The one I had just had this clippy bit, and that's the ball joint, or at least that's the socket that the ball joint went into. So this one will be slightly different, but the bit that I'm interested in, if we undo this, hopefully that'll come undone. There we go. Right, this is the bit I'm interested in. It's the same process. So you've got this rubber ring that sticks on the window, and then you've got this clamp that holds it in place. And then if I was going to do this one, well, in fact, looking at that, I don't even need to drill a hole in it. If I push through that centre point, there we go, that comes out. So we've actually got a hole there already. Right, I've bent up a paper clip to go through the hole and put another fishing swivel on the end of it. So I'll stick this one to the ceiling and see if it works. Right, I won't have enough free hands to demonstrate this going up onto the ceiling, so we'll stick it on the wall here, that wall window. So push that clamp down. That feels pretty solid. So loosen that, get hold of that, and off it comes. Let's try it. Up there. Push it up there. No, it's not going to grip as well as the other one does. Nah, because we've got slight ridges there. This one's not sticking as well. That one is a thicker piece of rubber, and it's obviously accounting for the slight ridges. Oh, that's annoying. No, that's not going to do it. Oh well. That one works, you can get the idea from that one, but this one I've got from Poundworld is not going to work because it's a bit thinner and stiffer. That one's accounting for the slight ridges in that plastic panel, and this one won't. But on there, I'll just see what sort of weight I can attach to that. Well, this is not an ideal test. I didn't want to leave it on the glass just in case I put too much pressure on the glass. So it's on the plastic here on my conservatory door, and we've got a 1.5 kilogram bag of flour hanging from it. So it's supporting the weight, but it's not going to stick to my ceiling panels because they're ridged, and it can't account for the ridges because that rubber is just not thick enough. Never mind. Mark 1 works fine, Mark 2 won't work. Just in case you're confused, that's what I'm calling Mark 1, my original version.